Hi, welcome to Weekend Box Office Predictions and Movie Review. Today is Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. My name is Craig and I am your host. Yes, I'm a day late. I apologize for that. Still going to give you the actual numbers and so forth. It has just been a crazy weekend. Lots of ball games going on, and I have just could not get the time to put the video together like I wanted to. Work was even crazy. Sometimes I get a chance to work on it there. However, though, still going to do the show here. Hope you still enjoy it, and we'll cover the actual numbers, see how I did in my segment of Beat the Expert. And got lots of movie news here on Leatherface, Wolverine 3, Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Batman: The Killing Joke again, Suicide Squad, and Passion of the Christ. So, hey, let's start with the actual numbers. Number one movie this past weekend was The Conjuring 2. It actually came in at $40.4 million for this weekend. I had made a prediction of $37.1 million. I knew this movie was going to do very well. It came really, really close to matching what the original did. So it's off to a good start. 91 million worldwide now. Brian had made an estimated guess of 34 million. So thanks for giving that prediction. Next was Warcraft. It came in at 24.2 million. I made a prediction of 28.8 million. This movie is just doing astronomical numbers in China. Last number I saw was 145 million in 4 days. Overall, it is now at 300 million worldwide. So it is just doing very well. It's off to a great start. This was anticipated. At least that's what the studio was hoping. Just because the U.S. market's the biggest doesn't necessarily mean that overall you still can't have a movie that does very well, even if it doesn't debut here as well as you would like to see. But it did pretty much hit where they expected. So, third place was Now You See Me 2. This was our other third debut. I had made a prediction of 23.5 million, and it came in right at 22.4 million. So, obviously did less than what the original did. Not feeling it with this movie for it having long legs here to last out several weeks. I don't think it's going to go anywhere close to what the first one did. I think it was 117 million for the U.S. So, but overall, though, unless it does something very well overseas, it's probably not going to match. I think it was 350 million worldwide as well. So, fourth place was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had made a prediction of 14.5 million. Came in right there at 14.4. Great prediction on my part. This movie's at 60 million in the U.S. now. Obviously not even going to come close to any numbers that the 2014 edition did. It's 115 million worldwide. If it bombs at China, this movie may actually lose money, believe it or not. So still got a few markets to debut in and so forth, but it's going to be going to keep an eye on this to see how it does. So fifth place was X-Men. I made a prediction of 10.8 million. Came in just under 10 million overall. It's at 136 million in the U.S. and almost 500 million worldwide at 475 million. So it's doing very well. This movie will make some money, and this franchise I think they do it justice, and it continues to do very well overall. So next was Me Before You. Surprisingly, this movie had almost a 52% drop. Didn't see that actually coming. I figured, as well as it debuted at, that the market would have continued that trend and wouldn't have seen such a big drop as it did. I had made a prediction of 12.17 million, and it came in just right at 9 million for the weekend. So, next is The Angry Birds. This movie's still performing very well. It did cross over 100 million this past weekend, and I had made a prediction of 5.1 million, and it came in right at 6.6 million. So it sits now at 311 million worldwide. Probably going to see a sequel somewhere down the lines. Just have to wait and see where it does finish up. So next is Alice Through the Looking Glass. I made a prediction of 5.65 million. Came in right there at 5.6 million. I think I was only 4,000 off on this movie. So great prediction on my part. And it is now at 62 million U.S., 215 million worldwide. Still not going to make any money at this point. Just have to see how the trend is overseas and see if it can get that number up. They're probably looking at 500-600 million before they'll actually make any money off of it. So next is Captain America. I made a prediction of 3.5 million, and it came in right at 4.3 million. almost at 400 million US now. Love this movie. Can't wait till can watch it over and over on Blu-ray and DVD. Overall, though, this movie's now at 1.143 billion, sitting #1 for the year so far. So it's there's going to be some big competition coming out in the next few weeks. We'll have to see if it can top that number or not. So, and last for 10th this week was The Jungle Book. I made a prediction of 2.6 million, and it came in right at 2.8 million. It's now at 910 million worldwide. Hey, the other segment I like to do on my Monday show, but it's Tuesday, is Beat the Expert. This is where I compare myself to other leading experts who do make predictions on movies each and every week. For the week overall, believe it or not, this was actually almost a dead tie for all 4 experts, including myself. 4th place was Box Office Mojo at 87.3%. Tied for 2nd was Box Office Profits and myself at 87.7%. And Box Office Pro finished up on top at 88.1%. Less than 1% for all of us for this week. So the overall numbers, it's virtually unchanged. I'm still in first place at 82.27%, and sitting in second is Box Office Pro at 82.09%. Some movie news that I have going on. There was a lot that I've seen in recent weeks, just things that are interesting to me and so forth. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to have another sequel, and this is a sequel to the original. If you follow this franchise, you obviously know that there's prequels, sequels to the prequels, and all that good stuff. So, throw it down. You can go 4 different ways. So, this is actually about Leatherface, and it's going to talk about his teen years and kind of give you a story about his origin and how he became the character that he is. And the only thing that I've seen so far is that he's with a group of violent teens that escape from a mental hospital, and they kidnap a nurse, and they pretty much do a lot of unspeakable things to her, and it's supposed to develop into the character that he is. So, haven't seen any date on when this might be coming out, but it's just going to be kind of interesting to see, just the craziness that they come up with him. So, Wolverine 3, last time that Hugh Jackman is going to be playing Wolverine. The rumor for the title of this movie is going to be Weapon X. So that's about as much as I know on it. Of course, there's a lot of other speculation, but this seems to be a confirmed rumor, if you want to call that. A couple different sources did state that, but who knows who's feeding off what. But I did want to share that with you. Next is Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It is an animated reboot. This movie was originally slated to come out on November 10th. 2017. They have actually pushed it back a year to November 9th, 2018. However, though, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be lending his voice for this movie, so going to be kind of interesting to see how he will play that character. Next is Batman: The Killing Joke. Obviously, this movie's coming out. I did mention it a couple weeks ago. It's going to be coming out on Blu-ray, DVD. They are actually going to release this movie for one day only at the theaters. The date I have seen is July 25th, 2016, which is, I believe, a Monday night. And it's supposed to be for only one night. They said it's going to be a wide release. They didn't say how many. I'm going to venture to guess it's probably only going to be several hundred, and probably based on how it does, that they may expand it to maybe 1,000 or 1,200 in the leading market. So, wanted to throw that date out in there for you in case that's something that you are interested in wanting to go see at the theater. Next, Suicide Squad. This movie, actually, they have given it a rating, and it's PG-13. You were looking for the R rating, not going to happen, at least at the theater. So, kind of a little surprised. I thought they maybe actually would try for it, but obviously they want to keep their market to get as much exposure as they can for it. So it did get a PG-13 rating. Last is Passion of the Christ. Mel Gibson did announce that there will be a sequel finally to this movie, and it's going to be called Resurrection. He is going to be directing it as well. So, hey, that's it for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday to give my predictions on what this next weekend's box office will do. And thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Giving you predictions you can count on that are better than the weatherman. Take care.